Here we go. And by here we go, I mean, what's up, guys? Because we are talking live. Well, not live, but I'm just skipping the intro. I just want to hop into this. Nintendo just announced the Nintendo NX, and actually, that's a lie. What I mean is, they announced that there's an announcement coming tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific time. You can tell I'm a little bit excited about this, even though we had on very good authority something would be happening, but then shortly after, Nintendo officially confirmed it on via Twitter and a press release. So here's what we know. The announcement is coming at tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern. It's going to be a 3-minute video, and they say it's going to offer a glimpse of the NX. And that's it. That's all we know for sure. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? Are you excited, stoked, disappointed? I don't know why you'd be disappointed, but...
I'll tell you what I'm most surprised about. I was under the complete impression that Nintendo was just going to be, bam, here it is, not announcing that they're actually going to announce it. That's probably the biggest surprise to me, because especially with all these rumors, it's like, oh, okay, we just have to keep an eye out for Nintendo. Like, by the way, here's the NX. We're finally showing it. Mm-hmm. It's nice to see that they're actually, trying to hype it up a little bit on their own end.
Yeah, I actually am not surprised. I kind of figured after all this time they couldn't just kind of cold reveal it out, just all of a sudden like that. I'm not really surprising that they're kind of ramping it up on their own end, so this seems to be kind of like a pre-reveal thing, and then the actual reveal will happen a little later, who knows when. My only concern, as excited as I am, my only concern is that
you sound thrilled right now, let me tell you.
Well, no, I am excited, but it is only a 3-minute video.
It's
so
true.
I'm like, I'm almost more worried that we're going to get this 3-minute tantalizing glimpse of the NX, and then Nintendo's just going to go dark, and that's going to be it for a while. And I'm like, that's almost worse than not hearing anything, or than continuing to not hear anything.
So I'm of two complete minds on this. As a fan, complete agreement with you. 3 minutes seems like that's not much. There's not much time. But you can still cover, it's enough to give us a taste of it, but at this point, we want more than just a taste, right? However, as someone who works on this for a living, I'm elated it's only 3 minutes. It's like, alright, awesome, that won't just murder our week. So,
exactly.
But you can take a look at this, and you can, have we ever analyzed a
system?
System, yeah.
Actually, we have. I analyzed the Wii U controller gamepad leaks.
That's right, you did.
That was like the second video analysis I ever did, I think. Or it was really early, so it's been a while.
In the past.
Yeah, it was in the past. No kidding, right? So I guess, that kind of raises the question, what do you expect from this? Because, again, 3 minutes isn't much time, but it can also be a surprising amount of time. It totally depends on how they present their information. So do you think we'll get like a full glimpse of the console? Do you think they'll even fully show off the console, or will it be more game-focused? What are your expectations here?
That's so hard to pin down. Like, I could see them doing like the fancy, like the system rising out of the white and showing it off, like in sort of the ways that we typically expect consoles to be revealed now. Like, ooh, here it is. I can also see them doing one of their skits and being like, "Here's the NX." I don't know. I'm leaning towards something very lean and information heavy. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm sort of expecting.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm kind of hoping and predicting that I don't think there's going to be much of a focus on games tomorrow, NX games. I think they're going to be focusing primarily on showing people what the hardware is. Because, again, the main thing here is not to make the same mistakes they did with the Wii U, which was not message people properly about what the Wii U was and wasn't. So I feel like if they only have 3 minutes, they need to use that 3 minutes to show people exactly what this system does, why it's special and why it's unique, and then get out of there. Like, they don't have time to talk about games.
Yeah, I actually pretty much agree with that. I think they're going to spend the majority of the time showing off the system, explaining what it is. Or, maybe not even explaining. Maybe it's clear enough just from seeing it. But I do expect it's something like, very, pretty sizzling in the unveil. Like, I don't
do you think it'll be something like the Wii reveal, where they're showing just how you use it?
That's actually what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that they can actually present it in such a way without it being confusing. Like, we don't want, Nintendo doesn't want another Wii U caliber unveiling here. Like, it needs to be clear from the get-go, so I'm just not sure how much explanation it's going to require. What I'm not expecting is a Nintendo Direct-style info dump. I don't think there's enough time here, and I think that would just suck the energy out of it if you just have someone up on screen explaining what exactly it is, at least to start off with. Again, this isn't much time. I do fully expect, though, once they show off the system, at least 30 seconds of gameplay, of like maybe a sizzle reel of different games in development, whether it's like a glimpse of Mario, maybe Breath of the Wild for the NX, who knows at this point. But there was an Emily rumor from yesterday, Emily Rogers, she said there was a new Mario in development. So maybe we'll get a taste of it.
Could be Mario. Isn't Red Dead Redemption also getting a trailer tomorrow? So
it is.
Could that be part of the sizzle reel?
That would be something.
That would be weird.
That would.
Well,
be.
If Nintendo was working with Rockstar, that's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
That would be huge. I mean, I don't think anyone would see that coming.
I mean, some people have kind of jokingly suggested it, maybe half jokingly, because it's the kind of thing that the timing is really, coincidental or funny, I guess.
I'll put it this way: poor Rockstar if they didn't know this was happening.
Yeah, I know. No kidding.
Really?
Well, I mean, I don't know, or poor Nintendo. It can go either way. I mean, but again, we don't know how focused this is. I don't think the announcements are related, but wouldn't it be something if they are? That would be freaking nuts. At the very end, closing Red Dead Redemption. Oh man, that would be.
I'm almost I'm tempted to say they're definitely not revealed, just because Rockstar doesn't need to be money-headed. Rockstar doesn't need money to make Red Dead Redemption 2. So, unlike the case with Bayonetta 2. It's like, that wasn't going to get made without Nintendo's intervention. That's not the case with Red Dead Redemption.
I don't expect NX exclusive.
Yeah, like a time exclusive.
Okay. I'm expecting it to be just on
be
the
on
NX.
Got
which,
it.
again, is just huge in and of itself.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So, honestly, I'll put out another prediction there. I think we're going to get a name.
I think so.
I think we will.
Yeah.
I think if they want to do what Ash said and they want to get the branding out there right away, make it clear what this is, they need to give this an official name.
Absolutely. They really do. Especially if they're sticking to their March timetable, people need to start talking about the NX by its actual name. I mean, I think this is already the shortest amount of time from announcement, or revealing rather, to system release, again if they stick to March, that they are really operating under a tight schedule here. Especially, I mean, the fact that they announced this event literally just slightly over 12 hours from when it's happening tells you so much about what they're doing with this. It plays perfectly into how Nintendo is really going on a condensed cycle here, so it seems. Again, assuming there's not a delay. So do you think they're going to stick with March here, or do you think there is a possibility that it has been pushed back slightly?
I mean, I feel like they almost can't push it back, because the Wii U, as far as we know, the Wii U has nothing else. But now that Paper Mario Color Splash is out, it's got nothing until Breath of the Wild. And I just feel like they have to release the NX sooner rather than later, because they have no console presence until they do.
Right.
Yeah, completely agree. I don't see it getting pushed back from March. I think they're going to stick to it. I don't know if we'll get a release date, maybe a release window.
Yeah.
But there's no way it's not slipping. It's slipping farther back than March. They have to stick to that because, as Ash said, they have nothing else. Even the 3DS lineup beyond Pokemon is not exactly at its strongest right now.
Yeah, I mean, that we know of. They could always announce more.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, the Wii U, I think, effectively is dead. Aside from Breath of the Wild, which, again, as an NX title, that really sucks the wind out of its own sails on the Wii U.
Yeah.
But I just want to throw it out there, that's never stopped Nintendo before. Having a dead platform and another one half a year to a year away has never really, that's nothing new for them. The Nintendo 64 had nothing in its final year leading up to the GameCube. But one would hope they've learned some lessons from that, and they are sticking to the schedule here. Again, this is just very new for Nintendo, operating on a cycle this small. The Wii U, by comparison, I believe we knew about a year and a half before it came out, and even that I think was shorter than some of Nintendo's previous systems.
Yeah. Well, and you just brought up a good point, Andre. I mean, it is as much as Nintendo needs to have this thing out because they have no console presence right now, it's also more important that they get it right. So if they have any inkling, I think, that this isn't ready by March, or this will not be ready by March, and they're not going to be able to get it right just the way they want to, then yeah, they'll delay it. I think it's more important than anything that they get it right, and I think they know that too.
You said an inkling, huh? You think we'll see Splatoon 2 there?
Not tomorrow, but I have no doubt that's Splatoon's either Splatoon or Splatoon is eventually going to show up on the NX. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about getting okay, they do their games. What about a sizzle reel from other companies saying, by the way, this is not... All of a sudden, companies kind of the woodworks hey, this game's coming to the NX. This game's coming out to the NX now that it's officially out in the open.
I'm thinking, I don't think that's going to happen. Again, 3 minutes is not much time.
Well, not during theirs. I mean, separate. Nintendo does their whole thing, and now that it's out in the open, other companies are yeah.
Yeah, that's possible.
That's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Yeah, God, I really don't know. Like, this is so bizarre. Like, there's so many things about this that is weird. Have we ever had a 3-minute system reveal before?
That's the weirdest part
Right?
to me, is that they're literally going to do this 3-minute trailer, they're just going to drop it on us and then go dark and not talk about it. That's so weird. That's like how they revealed Robin for Smash. It's like they had this
Right.
trailer early in the morning and then that was it. And they didn't talk about it. But this is a system, not a Smash character, so it's weird.
I mean, it's the thing is, it's basically, you know, those trailers they use to introduce the system at events, and then they start talking about the system itself. We're basically just getting that trailer on its own,
Right.
no event, to sort of flesh it out and do all the
Sure.
hype talk about it. So I think, I mean, look at the NES Classic trailers. They get a lot of information out within that minute.
It's true. I mean, it totally depends on how they structure this, because, like I said before, it is surprising how much information you can get out there in a short amount of time. But at the same time, there is a lot to cover here, presumably. So this whole thing is bizarre. Like, everything about the NX is weird. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
It really is. I'm going to throw out a kind of a minor prediction out there, but the way I maybe see this going down is kind of like a cold open with this trailer. Maybe you see someone playing Breath of the Wild on the TV, but the camera is such that you don't quite see what controller they're using. So you're assuming it's Wii U, I guess. And then let's say this guy gets a call or this girl gets a call. Oh, I have to go. I have to, meet someone, whatever. So they save their game and they take we see the controller and they take it with them, and then we see them continue their game on the go. Like, continue playing Breath of the Wild on the go. I see this trailer almost kind of going like that, where they're really focused on showing what makes the NX different.
So that's basically the opposite of how they unveiled the Wii U, I think.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, they didn't really show what made it unique. They just showed this gamepad, but didn't really show the system itself, and kind of confused everybody. So I feel like maybe if they're doing this right this time, like you said, they'll do it exactly the opposite and just show us exactly straight out of the gate what makes it special. And as we've heard from various rumors, one of those major tentpole things seems to be the fact that it is a console that you can take on the go with you, in a sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they need to show the console itself. They need to show whatever this is that you can bring around, if it is this hybrid idea. Because that was the confusing part about the Wii U. People thought it was just an expansion on the Wii that just used this new controller, since they only showed the controller. They need to show the whole package.
Yeah. If it is a hybrid system, like we've been led to believe that it is, they need to show it games being played on a TV and games being played on the go. They have to show both those two things very clearly.
In thinking about this more, yeah, you're totally right. But in thinking about this more, I'm thinking the NX, the reason for this unveiling, it has to be for crystal clear messaging. I think that's why they're doing it. They don't want anything else like clouding what the system's capable of. So now I'm almost rethinking my sizzle reel before. Like, maybe they won't show that many games. I mean, I think they will have to some degree. Or maybe my sizzle reel still works. Sizzle reel. But I think this will be more focused on, as you're saying, like, explaining what the system is. In which case, I also wonder, I mean, of course we have to wonder, what else is the system capable of? Of course, we've heard rumors that, beyond it being a handheld, or a hybrid rather, it's going to have some other unique features. And I fully, of course, I fully expect those to be showcased tomorrow, and I really can't wait for that. So I am thinking now this will be more focused specifically on the hardware than anything else.
I think so. I don't see software being a big focus tomorrow. I could almost even see them saying, we will show off Nintendo NX software at a later
E3,
date.
At E3 2017 after
Oh
the
God,
NX came out.
no.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel like this is hardware first, get that out there, get people knowing what they're doing, and at a later date, then they're going to start showing off the titles and getting people interested and getting an idea of what the launch is going to be like.
Right.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts, guys, before we wrap it up here? I mean, there isn't a ton to discuss. I mean, certainly no more than we've had before, really. We just have, what rumors we already know of to go off of, and our own speculation, so...
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I hope for is that it'll impress me. That's all I hope for. I mean, my own hype has kind of died down. Like, I'm not like giddy like you are, Andre, because of all the rumor cycle and all the hype that's built up to this point. I'm just like, sort of like, oh, finally. Now let's see what they got. I don't have that giddiness, even though I wish I did. But I also have plenty of room within me, like, all right, Nintendo, let's see what you got. Show me what you have. Impress me. Get me to buy this system. That's what I want to see from them tomorrow.
Oh, that's interesting because yeah, I'm actually really excited right now. I'm really jazzed to see what's happening tomorrow. Like I feel like I've always been able to treat the rumors like in a vacuum as their own thing, so they haven't really affected my hype now that we know it's finally coming.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm probably somewhere between the two of you on this. Like, I think I'm probably a little more excited than Derek, but I'm just a little nervous, given that it's only 3 minutes. I think the fan side of me is a little nervous that Nintendo might not get this right, might not get the reveal right, and message this correctly. And I'm really hoping they do. Like, at the end of the day, that's what I want more than anything. Like, impress me, yeah, but more than anything, show me that you guys have learned from the mistakes you made with the Wii U. And I say that as somebody who's enjoyed his Wii U, but, you know, show me that you've learned from the mistakes you made with the marketing and the messaging. Like, I want to feel confident that Nintendo knows what it's doing with the NX. So that's really, I think, the biggest thing for me, is I want them to get this 3-minute messaging right. This is the first time that anybody's going to see or hear what the NX actually is and what it can do, and Nintendo really needs to nail that. That's my main concern.
Do you think this 3-minute announcement, direct, whatever it is it all a sign or indication of how Nintendo might be treating future announcements with the NX? Like, what if they do plan to dole it out in small, bite-sized chunks for the next 6 months? You know, instead of just throwing out one entire big conference where they cover everything, what if they dole it out in little bits to keep you informed along the way? Kind of like
the Pokemon Sun and Moon method.
Basically, right, yeah, exactly.
I'd be okay with that.
I was actually thinking kind of like how with Breath of the Wild, they had those Facebook teasers, for instance, and how even E3 was laser-focused on that one game. Do you think that could be, do you think maybe that could be what they're planning to do here?
I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's kept the hype for Sun and Moon going for all this time.
It has.
And it kind of worked out. And, you know, as somebody that's been analyzing each of those trailers, there's a lot you could squeeze into just 3 minutes of a trailer.
Exactly.
Trust me.
Yeah.
So, like, Ash is worried about if they'll have enough time to go over it. If they're efficient with all this stuff, trust me, they can get a lot of details in there.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
not
less
worried
that.
about that.
It's less the amount of time that they have to do it, rather than how efficiently they use that time, how smartly they use it. I think 3 minutes is enough for them to message what they need to get out there, but it's just a matter of whether they're able to do it. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. So do you guys expect any surprises tomorrow, or do you think it's gonna be straight up mostly hardware? Like any crazy announcements or predictions you want to throw out there before we wrap it up?
I'm expecting mostly hardware, but if they're going to throw any surprise at us, it's going to be Mario.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I think if they have something anywhere close to like a Mario 64, Mario Galaxy type, you know, unveiling for Mario up there, oh my god, I'm just gonna swoon.
On the other hand, I hope they don't do what they did with the Wii U and have their first game that they show off be New Super Mario Bros. U. Or sorry, or one of them. Like that's what I don't want to happen. Like, let's say my idea about this trailer ends up being
New
somewhat
Super
true.
Mario Brothers 3D World.
Oh my god.
Right?
You know,
like, yeah.
It wasn't. You know what's funny too? Like it was even worse than that. It was freaking New Super Mario Brothers Me or whatever. It was.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? You're right.
It was like a generic version of New Super
Yeah.
Mario Brothers, which is already generic. So
Yeah. So I mean, let's say that my idea ends up being somewhat true, and they cold open with them playing an X game on the TV. I really hope that game is Breath of the Wild and not like another new Super Mario Brothers game or like a 2D Mario. Like they need to show off something that is not any new Super Mario game. Period.
Breath of the Wild would be the best. If they want to show like the
Yeah.
capabilities of taking this thing on the go, you want a 3D game in there.
Exactly.
Not a new Super Mario Brothers type game.
Oh, and especially right. I mean, Breath of the Wild is one of the most console-focused games Nintendo could be making. Like that is one that but rather, what I mean is, like, if you want to showcase the abilities of a supposed hybrid, where you take a game of the scale of Breath of the Wild with you on the go, that is what you want to showcase. Like, this isn't, this isn't a new Super Mario Brothers game where, you know, it doesn't really matter, you know, like, we're playing a handheld version that is particularly impressive. This is a full-scale, open-world adventure that seems like it'll be many hours in length. So,
Yeah.
all right, real quick, scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you guys for tomorrow?
8.5.
8.5. It's like the GameSpot scale.
Yeah, exactly.
Too much water.
I'm gonna give myself a 7.
7, man. I would say a 9. I'm a 9. So
Okay.
I'm pretty...
I told you, like, I'm excited for it. That's not saying I'm not excited for it. I'm still like above average here.
I mean, consider that this is a hardware announcement. We get these like once every 3 or 4 years if we're lucky for Nintendo.
No, and I totally agree with you. I think for me, my excitement's just being slightly undercut by the fact that it is only a 3-minute video. I almost wish we didn't already know that. Because I'd rather be disappointed, about that in the moment than rather go into it knowing, only
no
3
way,
minutes.
no way. I totally disagree
Really?
with that. They would be burned alive if people didn't have that expectation. It would be
True.
It would be,
yeah.
It was, what was that game, Derek? That game you really liked, but no one cared about on 3DS.
Oh, Codename Steam.
Codename Steam. It'd be Codename Steam all over again. If we had some level of expectation going in of what it would
If
be.
they just said NX reveal coming tomorrow at this
That's
time
true.
with no time limit, the speculation would run wild.
Yeah.
Have a time limit here is a very good idea.
No,
And
that's
it's not
fair. That's
the time is not keep. Like I said, I wish I could be like you, Andre, where I could separate the rumors and stuff. But I've been so tired of this coverage that I want real details. And
Right.
when I have those real details, then I'll get excited. But until then, I can't. I cannot summon the excitement.
I think that's kind of it for me. As excited as I am, this has been months and months and a year and a half, really, speculation, and all leading up to 3 minutes. Like that. That's all. Like I kind of wish it was just more like a legit, somewhat lengthy presentation. But hey, you guys have to trust that they know what they're doing. And I think it is telling though that they're not kind of advertising this as a Nintendo Direct. This is not a Direct. This is an NX announcement trailer. So they're obviously trying to reach people beyond the audience they normally reach via Directs, which is just existing Nintendo fans.
Right.
So I think that's pretty, that's telling that they're not kind of billing this as a Direct.
It's really telling. I mean, they even referred to it as like a glimpse in the press release, and the freaking image attached to it is Mario like looking behind a curtain. So they could not be. I mean, they're even being vague with this, or even setting up expectations for for what this is going to be. But I mean, no matter what, it is something, and I will take something because it's an infinite amount more than nothing. So that
is very true. That is very true.
That is why I'm excited. So it is something. It'll give us something to discuss. It's no longer just rumors of speculation. We finally have something. And also, I gave her props on Twitter. I want to give her props in this discussion to Emily Rogers for nailing this. Emily Rogers seems to be a bit of a divisive figure in the industry. Some people, like latch onto everything, and if it doesn't come perfectly true, then they hold it against her personally. When you're dealing with rumors, not everything's going to come true as exactly as expected. Things can change. So I'm just glad that this completely worked out. So
yeah, same here. Well said.
Yeah.
She was going all out today. That's for sure.
She did. She locked it in, and she nailed it. Like right after we backed it up with our own sources. From what we had heard, then Nintendo just officially announced like 20 minutes later. It's like, well, great, wasted time putting together that rumor video. All right, guys, is that it? Anything else, or are we done here?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm
need
good.
to wake up tomorrow and see what this is all about.
Oh, that's it, man. I'm excited. Yeah.
Let's do it. And maybe this might be the last time that we call the NX the NX. Can you believe
Let's
that?
hope. Let's freaking hope.
Yeah, seriously.
This might be the last time.
It's gonna be rough though, but I'm gonna be calling it the NX for a while. I feel like freaking Breath of the Wild. It kept calling Zelda Wii U for a good couple weeks.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that did take a little bit of an adjustment.
Yeah. Alright guys, I think we're done here, so thanks so much for watching. If you liked our discussion, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GameExplained. You can find links to them in the description below, which go we keep up to date on everything we post. And of course, don't go anywhere, well, maybe for the next few hours. Come back though, because we'll be covering everything about the NX. Analysis, discussions, I mean hopefully there's something analysis worthy there. But we'll find stuff to talk about, so... Alright guys, thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye.